Alright, so in ABCD is a square. Let's draw a square. Rulers are nice. Remember, when you're drawing your pictures, should be about the size of your palm. You don't want them too small. The reason why is you want to be able to write on it or annotate. And then back in geometry, you kind of go in order. So it doesn't matter what order you pick, but just go in that order. A, B, C, D. So I'm going to go clockwise. Now, if your letters are different than mine, it's okay. I know that in a square, all of the sides are congruent. And all of the angles are congruent. Now it tells me the perimeter, so adding all of those around, a perimeter is what math operation class? Addition. And it tells me that the perimeter of or equal to 16 radical 2. So it's telling me that the perimeter is 16 radical 2. What is the length of BD? So BD is a diagonal. So the first thing you should recognize is that the diagonal forms what type of triangles now? An isosceles right triangle, right? The green diagonal cuts your angles in half. It's an angle bisector. And so instead of 90 degrees, this side will be what? 45. And the other one? So you have a 45, 45, 90. Now, how do I use the information of the perimeter? Well, you can pick your favorite variable, x. And if I said this length is x, what do you know about the rest of them? They're all x's. And then in my blanks, perimeter is just adding all of these sides. So class x plus x plus x plus x will give us what? 4x equals 16 radical 2. If I want to solve for each side length, I'm going to divide by 4. This will cancel equal 1, and this will cancel the equal 4. Therefore, x is equal to 4 radical 2. Raise your hand if you got that answer. Good job. Now let's think about this. Is that the answer, class? No. X just represents one side length. Okay? It's asking me what is this length. So now I have this triangle. So eventually things are going to get pretty complicated, right? So it's okay if you draw another triangle. It's not against the math laws, right? Let's make a cleaner triangle. Use the little ruler. Doesn't matter which triangle you use. I'm just going to use the bottom one here. And then this should lead us to a problem that we've done previously, right? I'm just taking this triangle, one of the triangles, doesn't matter, right? And I kind of eliminated a bunch of stuff, and we kind of want to know what this length is. I want to know what the y variable is. That's what BD is. So now I'm just going to write down my formula from Friday's lesson. 45, 45, 90. You can use this in two ways. Class, what are the two ways we solved it on Friday? Pythagorean theorem. I'll show you that one. And what else? I call it the shortcut. Not really a shortcut. Formulas, yeah. Let's do the Pythagorean theorem. Well, it's this side squared, right? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So let's just say I call this one A. 4 radical 2 squared plus 4 radical 2 squared equals, this will be my B, and this will be my C. Remember, C is the most important across the right angle, so I'll call it y squared. Now you might be asking, what is 4 radical 2 squared? Well, that means you have two of those expressions. 4 radical 2 times 4 radical 2. And then whatever my answer is over here will be the same thing over here, right? Nothing will change. Well, I'm going to have to multiply the coefficients and numbers in front. So class 4 times 4 is 16. And the square root of 2 times square root of 2 is square root of 4. And square root of 4 is 2. So that just becomes what? 32. So I'm going to get 32 plus 32 equals y squared. And that is 64. To get rid of the exponent, I'm taking a square root. Remember from Friday's lesson, right here the answer is actually plus or minus 8, but we're only taking the positive because it's a distance. Distances can never be negatives. Raise your hand if you got 8 as your answer for BD. Okay. Let's try the shortcut. Same triangle. We're going to get this answer. 45, 45, 90. Your answer is going to be x, x, x radical 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to label the triangle with these. Let's use red. So across the 45, this will be called x. So ignore the black. X, x, x radical 2. Well, I know one of the side lengths. The side lengths is x equals 4 radical 2. Well, what does that mean? That means that this side, x equals 4 radical 2, I just have to now multiply by radical 2 to get the 90 degrees. Okay? Let's see if I can use a color to help you. I'm basically going to take x equals 4 radical 2 and put it right there. So I have 4 radical 2 times the radical 2. And then I have, class, what's radical 2 times radical 2? Uh-oh, what happened? This is bad. Oh, yeah. Radical 2 times radical 2 is what? Radical 4, and radical 4 is 2. So 4 times 2 gives us the 8. So what was hard about that problem? I didn't give you a picture. You had to figure out the side length based off the perimeter, and then you can use that to find the